Thanks again for booking the call. I wanted to quickly go through a bit about my history, what I've done in the past, my journey, everything like that, so we can skip all the introduction in the first 10-15 minutes of call and focus just about you and your business and how we can help you grow. So let's bring it all the way back to where it started. As a kid, I loved business. Like from day dot, I can't remember a day where I wasn't doing some sort of business. Even as I was 7, 8 years old, I was making my family coffees. I had my little receipt book, started a little cafe in my house at the front door. I did car washing. I did everything you can think of, right? From day one, I always wanted to be in business and I loved marketing. You can see here when I went to the UK when I was just a kid, I was sat in the manager's seat and I knew that one day I wanted to be sitting in a seat like this in an office and own a big company. So things took a big turn when I was 14 years old. For Christmas, I got a 3D printer and I started building things and making different products. By the time I was 14 and a half, 15 years old, I started my first store, which was an Etsy store called Sam's Studios. I was selling 3D printed goods, all different custom items, talking to people, learning a lot about business, and I ended up making my own website as well off this and selling direct off that. On Etsy alone, I got to almost 1,500 sales, which for me at the time was huge, right? I was doing it while I was in high school on the side, in afternoons, in mornings. I remember waking up at 5 a.m., turning on all the printers. I had like 5 or 6 printers at that time and going through, batching out the orders, getting home, shipping them off at the post office. And it's just a really good time. And for me, it brought in 30 or 40K and I was stoked, right? As a kid that young, that's unbelievable. From there, I really grasped marketing and really loved the marketing side. I tried Facebook ads for Etsy and it just took off, but it's Etsy, so they take a big commission and a whole bunch of other issues. So from there, when I was around 16 years old, I started freelancing on places like Upwork and Fiverr and stuff like that. I worked at companies like BusinessNet when I was around 17, 18, digitally for the past couple of years as well, doing stuff on the side. Built up a whole lot of ad spend on my belt, learned so many different industries, and started my own agency in 2018 while still working on those on the side. I worked part-time at Digi and had my own agency at the other time. I was working around 60-hour weeks or so, and still to this day, I work around 50, 55 hours a week. I love the hustle and I love to work. So what is Channon Agency? Channon Agency is a digital marketing agency. We specialize in social media ads, but we also do Google ads. And our big point of difference is content creation. We have a done with you and a done for you system. If you know anything about Meta and TikTok ads, everything is shifting away from targeting and strategy and all towards creative strategy. So we specialize in merging those two things together. From 2018 to 2022, 2023 time, I built up a good list of clients. From there, a lot of them were saying, hey, if you're so good at this marketing thing, why don't you start your own store? So that's what I did. I started my own e-com brand again called Veloxa. And at Veloxa, I sold these touchscreen car dashboards. They really solved my own problem in my own life where I had a really old car and I had no infotainment screen, and this plug and plays into any single car. In just 6 months, I grew up from nothing up into $1 million in revenue. And this was all through paid social ads. You can see here in Meta, we spent $52,000 in ads and brought in a bunch of revenue, 847 purchases with an AOV of 150. TikTok, we had 157K in spend, bringing in how many orders? Let's have a look. 2,700 orders all through TikTok ads, and it grew massive. Unfortunately, at around this point, you can see here, we're making around 250K a month net revenue, ran out of money, completely cashless. Cash flow took a tank, right? Shopify here held my money for 90 days. PayPal held my money for 180 days. Afterpay held it for 180 days. I was in disastrous waters. And being so young at the time, and also the company being so young, I just couldn't get a business loan to save my life. So unfortunately, I had to pause orders, and you can see it just slowly trickled down because we just didn't have stock to fulfill. And by the time I tried to restart it again, it was just too late, right? Too many competitors swooped in, took the market share. People were even running TV ads, right? It got to really big companies, and about 3 other companies took over. Our Amazon store was the only thing that was still working, and then again, we ran out of stock. So from there, I shifted my focus back to Channon Agency and started growing that again. I was still servicing clients in the side doing Veloxa and getting them great results, but then we really started taking Channon Agency really, really seriously. So let's go through a couple case studies and a couple highlights that I have from the past 2 or 3 years. So dog years is one of our newer case studies we just added in. They've been with us for 12 or 18 months and their growth is just astonishing. You can see here, like, month on month, we just grow. They just launched their second product as well. They're just in New Zealand, about to expand to Australia, and unbelievable. And this is mostly subscription revenue as well. So net, I think we're at net $1 million a year in reoccurring revenue now, which is incredible, based on our LTV and churn rate. Another one is Fresh Chef as well. I started working with them about 18 months ago, or maybe 2 years now, and we've doubled their business. You can see now, like, month on month, we're getting double what they were getting the previous years, and it is, again, incredible. Like, really cool. Another one for lead gen is Circulus. So for them, their investment property, they help people buy investment properties in New Zealand and Australia, and for them, we're getting like $10 leads that convert amazingly. We brought them into Go High Level, which is failing to load, but we're getting a bunch of leads in there, and you can see in the last 18 days or so, we've got 116 leads and a really good conversion rate and low churn rate. So they're going amazingly. Another good one is PLE Computers. They sell all the types of computers all across Australia, and for them, we're getting a 51 ROAS in the last 7 days. You can see some campaigns are sitting 80, 74 ROAS. These are incredible campaigns, and one of our top performers in terms of ROAS and revenue. You can see in the last 7 days, we've brought in $230K in revenue based off $4,400 ad spend. This is like outlier to the max, like incredible results. For fashion, I'm still working with a brand called Silk Living. For about 6 months or so now, I've been working with them. They're a high-end fashion brand in New Zealand, Australia, and US as well. And yeah, they're premium silk brands. For them, you can see, 560K. They're a bit up and down based on seasonality, but for them in the last 7 days, we've had 10 ROAS, 33 ROAS, ad sets, good campaigns overall as well, sitting at an 8 overall for the last 7 days. When we do sales, we get it up to like 15 ROAS for the fashion brands, so on and so forth. So yeah, plenty more case studies that we can go through as well, but I want to wrap it up here because it is getting to be a bit of a longer video, and all I can say is make sure you jump on the call. I really want to grow with you in your business, and I want you to be my next case study.